following show is controversial and contains content you may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. 98 FM.
This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Monday morning, good. Oh no, it's not Monday. It's Tuesday. Oh, how could I forget? It's one of those days where it feels like it's a Monday, but it's not. It's actually a Tuesday because of the bank holiday weekend. Good morning, Dublin. How are you today? I'm Adrian Kennedy, and between now and midday today, this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. We have a lot to get through on the programme, including we're going to be hearing about a shocking story in the front page of some of the newspapers today, all to do with childhood obesity and the amounts of thousands of children who are obese in this country. It's absolutely disgusting, quite frankly. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. We'll also be talking about a woman who exacted her revenge on her fella for cheating. Did you hear what he did? We're going to be asking whether or not it is ever acceptable to get revenge on somebody who cheated on you. All that and much more between now and midday today. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and that man there is Jeremy Dixon.
Now, we have good news for you, the listener, because in my hand, if you can just to show we're not making it up.
Yep, very good. Yeah.
I have
a pack of playing cards.
No, it's not. I have piles and piles of movie tickets to go to movies at Dundrum or movies at Swords, to a movie of your choice. So if you would like to be a winner of said movie tickets, here's how you do it. All you have to do is talk to us about anything we're talking about on the show. So if you happen to talk to us on the show, I could just say to you, there you go, there's 2 cinema tickets. Enjoy a night out at the cinema. And who doesn't like a night out at the cinema?
Nobody doesn't like a night out of the cinema. Nobody. Because it's a great night out. It is. It's super. I love a night at the cinema.
My mother-in-law hasn't been to the cinema in... No, actually, I'll keep 2 tickets for her. She hasn't been... You know what the last movie she went to see in the cinema was?
No.
You'll never guess.
What is it?
Mamma Mia.
Really?
Now, how long ago was that?
That was 2004 or something like that.
Was it 2004? Yeah, she just noticed. That's fine.
Oh, yeah,
fine.
so
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, she just doesn't... she's not a cinema goer as such.
Why, is there such a thing as a cinema goer?
I know there's certain people who don't go to the cinema, who just don't go to the cinema. She doesn't go... Could you make a bit more noise, sir?
Make a bit more noise, please, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you.
Swanning into the studio. There's some people that just don't like the cinema.
Who doesn't like the cinema?
She doesn't like it because it's dark. She doesn't like dark places. Some people don't like dark places.
Really?
Yeah. Cinema isn't for everybody.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we have passes for movies at Dundrum or movies at Swords to give away on the programme today.
Yeah, but there's no need to lick arse now to get the tickets, like Philip licking arse. I mean, I like my arse being licked like the next man, Philip. But you have to be a caller on the show, so there's no point in texting in and saying you're great and you're brilliant and all that. That's not going to get you cinema tickets. Would you agree?
Correct.
Now, what have we got in the news today? Yeah, this is a brilliant story. I seen it on Reddit.
No, I saw it. I seen it isn't correct English.
Yeah, and that's actually not what we're talking about, because it's about pronunciation.
Correct.
There is a post on Reddit at the moment about the mispronounced words that annoy you most, okay? Unfortunately, us Irish people, we have a big problem with pronunciation.
And especially us Dubs. Us Dubs are the worst of the lot. And by the way, just outside the doors is your cup of coffee. You left it out there.
No, that's not a pronunciation.
It is a pronunciation. Outside there is your cup of coffee.
I suppose it is a pronunciation,
of course
isn't
it is,
yeah.
I mean, you're meant to be saying is your cup of coffee.
And you say yizzer.
Jeremy, yizzer dinner is ready.
Okay, so there's loads of these words that people have been posting online. And these are mispronounced words that annoy you the most. Now, I have one. I'll give it to you in a second, but I want to hear what yours are. You can text us now on 087 798 98 98. 087 798 98 98. You can text us. Or, better still, call us on 6797 981. What words, when pronounced wrong, really get your goat? Is that an expression?
Get your goat, yep.
Get your goat? Makes absolutely no sense. Now, I don't pronounce any words wrong because, unlike most of you uneducated fools, I actually had elocution lessons when I was in school.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Well, boy, how come you speak so badly?
How now, brown cow? The fox jumped over the hill. We had to do that for weeks on end. But the one word, here's my word that I hate being mispronounced.
Yeah, go on.
A lot of you are guilty of this. Supposing you want milk. You need milk for a cup of tea. Mm-hmm. And you go down to the shops. How do you go down to the shops? You ran down to the shops. Why do people say that?
That's a Dublinism, that is.
Is it? They don't
You
say
won't
that
hear
they-
anybody else say. You won't hear a Cork man saying that.
I ran to the shops, boy. I think you will. Can I just tell you, the word is ran, or A-N. The word isn't pronounced R-E-N. So please stop saying I ran to the shops. What's your one?
I told you, Yizzer.
Yizzer.
Yeah.
Who
Get out
says-
there and pick up Yizzer cups.
Who says that?
Half of Dublin does. Half of Dublin does, and it does my head in. Text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98 with words that mispronounced just do your head in.
98 FM, secret sound.
We have, let me see, it's going up, by the way, every single hour, and this hour we have €1,150 to give away on 98 FM's Secret Sound. So, who have we got? Gareth O'Rourke. Gareth, welcome to 98 FM.
How are you, Adrian?
How are you, Gareth?
Not too bad, thanks.
Good to
You all
talk to
right?
you. I'm not a bother on me. Now, Gareth, we have a secret sound. And I want you to have a listen to it very carefully. If you can get this right, I will be able to get a cheque written for you for €1,150, which would be nice.
Oh, that'd be excellent.
Okay, now, hang on there for 1 second. Okay, here we go. Have a listen to this.
Is it, you know, when you refill a stapler and you close it, the spring flying up and pushing them all up, and then it's locking?
Let me have a listen. Let's have a listen to it again. Sorry,
That
Jeremy.
was a very specific answer, by the way, Gareth.
I'm at closing the stapler about 10 times just to get it.
Did you ever do that on your finger, by the way?
Oh, stop.
Oh, it's the most... Have you ever done that on your finger?
No.
Have you not? You know, I do the same as you do. I mess with my stapler all the time, and I've stapled my finger a couple of times. I've holes in all my fingers. So you believe, what sound do you believe it is?
It's, you know, when you refill a stapler and you close it, it's the
You
spring
refill
flying up.
your stapler.
You're putting the staples in,
Yeah.
and then you
you're
get
going to
some,
close it.
and then you get some loose ones that end up fecking up the whole bloody thing. But you put the staples in, and you close the thing right down. Let me have a listen to that again.
Okay, let's have a listen one more time. Is it the sound of closing a stapler after you put the staples in?
I think it is. Yeah.
It's not.
Sounds
Is
like
that the right answer? Oh no, it's not the right answer. Sorry.
Well,
But no matter, you can try again, Gareth, in the next hour.
Cheers, lad.
We will be up to €1,200 in the next hour. €1,200. It is going up by €50 an hour until somebody gets this right. Okay? €50 an hour until somebody gets that right. What is the secret sound? €1,200
now.
in the next hour.
I would have put my life. Well, no, I wouldn't put my life down for a radio quiz. That's a ridiculous thing. But I would have nearly put my life down that that's what it was. Sounds exactly like that.
No, it's not. Anyway, next hour, more chances for you to win on 98 FM Secret Sound.
98 FM, secret sound.
I'm Adrian, that man there is Jeremy, and this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. We're here until midday today.
Now, among other things, we are talking about a post on Reddit about the mispronounced words that annoy you most. Stuff like I ran to the shops. Do those people not know that the word is ran?
Loads of us don't. Loads of us say ran. I ran to the shops.
No, your English is actually impeccable.
No, mine is.
No, you stutter over every sentence.
No, but
no, your English is actually...
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Laura, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
Laura, what word is it that just does your head in when people mispronounce it?
I hate when people mispronounce the word cousin. and they say cousin.
Yeah, they put a T onto the end of
they
it.
put a T at the end of it.
And they also put it on the end.
Me.
They also put it on the end of fella, me fellas.
Yeah.
In fact, it's an extra letter, T or D.
No need for it. No need for it.
Doesn't belong there.
That's just not required. Yeah, me cousin.
No, it just doesn't. Yeah, me cousin.
Now, surely, Laura, you don't hang around with people that say the word cousin, do you?
No, but I've heard people saying it,
Yeah, it's kind of a.
and it's just like nails down a blackboard. It just really grates me.
Is it an inner city thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, they all have cousins in the inner city.
Cousin.
Yeah, they do have cousins in the inner city.
Yeah, my
Cousins.
cousin.
And is there any word that you mispronounce?
No, I'm impeccable.
Impeccable. Okay, when a child gets his nails and scrapes another child in the face, what's that called?
A scrub.
Yeah, that's what I call it, but seemingly that's
No, it's not. It's actually a scrape.
No, it's a scrub. A scrub is a word.
It's not a word. It's not actually a word. It's not. Find it in the dictionary. It's not a word.
Oh.
No, I think it is.
It's not a word.
A cat scrubs you.
No, find the word.
Well, I don't know how to spell the word, but yeah,
It doesn't even exist.
it does exist.
No. There's no such word. Anyway, Laura, I'm with you on that. I'll tell my
Yeah.
cousins you were asking for her, okay?
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Well,
Bye.
there
Bye.
you go, Adrian. I hate to prove you wrong on the
Yeah.
radio, make a fool out of you,
Oh,
but
go on.
a cat scratch is called a scrub.
Yeah, but it's not when a child does it.
Yeah,
A child
true.
isn't a cat.
What?
A child
No, but the
isn't a
word
cat.
does exist. It's a scrub.
Spell it.
SCRAB. Scrub.
That's a scrab.
Scrub.
Scrab.
I don't know. The word exists.
Brian, what word does your head in when you hear somebody mispronouncing it?
Crips.
Oh.
Package of crips.
Yeah, package and crisps. Not only are they insulting you by not being able to pronounce crisps, but they can't pronounce the word packet either. I mean, how difficult is it to say packet?
It's not that difficult, yeah.
Packet of crisps, yeah. A lot of people go package of crisps.
Now, I had to slap my young fella there yesterday because he's learning to
To
speak.
slap him?
Yeah, I had to slap
Bit
him.
over the top. It's
No, you've know when you.
It's frowned upon.
No, not in my household. Because you know what he said, Brian,
What?
and it drove me up the walls. He said, "Does Daddy have to go to the hopstiple?" He said,
The hospital.
"Yeah, the hops." No, he called it a hopstiple.
He's only
How
a
old
little,
is he?
he's only a little baby.
He's 2.5.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
No. Yeah.
So you're telling me on live radio that you slapped your young fella for saying hospital?
Yeah, and he won't do it again, let me tell you, Brian.
So what about spaghetti when kids go, can I have some spaghetti?
Yeah,
No,
I used to call it sketty.
We don't eat spaghetti hoops in our house. It's all freshly cooked food in our house.
Yeah, you can get fresh and cooked.
Who gives their kids spaghetti hoops?
Oh, spaghetti hoops are lovely.
That's the food of, I dare say it, Brian, spaghetti hoops are the food of scum. I'm sorry, they
I
are.
had spaghetti hoops on toast only yesterday.
Spaghetti hoops, what age are you, 12?
Spaghetti hoops on toast as a little snack yesterday.
If I were to go to your house, Brian, now and go through your kitchen, would I find spaghetti hoops there?
You get spaghetti hoops, you'd get the tins of the sausage, all the stuff in it, the little feet and all that, you know that stuff?
Oh, there's the spaghetti that's made to look like little spaceships and stuff.
That's right. That's the stuff.
Brian, I put it to you. And
Sorry, by the way, it's only pasta.
doesn't matter. Brian, I put it to you that you're scum.
You're completely
You
incorrect.
should be giving your children aubergines.
Sorry, do you never have pasta, no?
What?
Do you never have pasta?
Spaghetti hoops is not pasta.
Yes, it is.
No, it's a
Well, what
no,
else
no,
is it?
No. Sorry.
Brian, fair play to you, thank you.
Fair play to you for eating spaghetti hoops.
Yes.
The food of the food of scum. Now, I'm sorry, Heinz, if you're listening, but I'm sorry, it has to be said. I like your ketchup, but spaghetti hoops.
Sure, their ketchup is laced with sugar. That's the only reason you like the ketchup, is there's so much sugar in it.
I'm sorry, spaghetti hoops.
There's
Oh,
nothing
and
wrong
you're
with-
going to tell me next you had Angel's Delight for your dessert.
I had that last week, yeah.
Oh, and Viennetta.
No, I haven't had that for a while.
Oh, my God.
Peter, what word, when mispronounced, does your head in?
When people say taught instead of thought.
Oh, taught.
Yeah.
I thought you were outside my house yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One more as well, one more. When people say Egypt instead of Egypt.
Oh, yes.
I actually heard somebody on national television over the weekend.
Name and shame.
I can't remember who it was. It was on one of the sports shows. It was on one of the commentary shows, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
On Irish television, and he described one of the players as an El-Egot.
An Egot.
Now, seriously, who doesn't know the word is Egypt?
Well, now, Peter, one of the things in Ireland that's very stereotypical is people believe that on Garda Síochána always say vehicle. Well, I was pulled over at the weekend. I won't say why, but I was
Why?
pulled for eating spaghetti hoops. No, I can't say why I was pulled over.
It was either for speeding.
I was a bold boy at the weekend and I got pulled over.
Were you on the phone?
What?
Were you on the phone?
Peter, I got pulled over.
Speeding or the phone? Which? Come on.
Speeding while on the phone? I don't know. I got pulled over by a guard the other day, and a typical big culture
Were you
guard.
on your own in the car?
What?
Were you on your own in the car?
Shut up, Adrian.
I'll get to the bottom
and
of
the
this.
guard turned around to me and he said, "Is this vehicle registered in your name?" And I felt like saying to him, "Guard, it's a vehicle." What's a vehicle?
Well, he's an EGOT for even saying that. And why were you pulled in?
Let's just say...
Let's just get you to text or WhatsApp, unless you tell me. Come on, tell me. Why were you pulled in? What were you doing?
What?
Why were you pulled in?
No, doesn't matter.
So you were speeding while on your mobile phone, falling asleep at the wheel.
That's exactly what I was doing. Yeah, while drinking a pint. No, it wasn't anything like that.
What was it?
I was pulled in.
For speeding?
No, I was pulled in for what the guards would describe as a minor infringement.
You were in the outside lane instead of the inside lane.
No, it was a bit more major than that.
You were driving very fast on the inside lane.
I was pulled in for a minor infringement. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not going to
minor.
court. I'm not going to.
Yeah, but if it's minor, then tell us.
No, I'm not proud of it. He let me go about my merry way anyway, and he said, "Just don't let it happen again."
It was the phone then.
No, it wasn't the
it
phone.
was, it
I
was.
don't use my phone while driving.
I've seen you using your
Oh
phone.
yeah, okay. I was sending a Snapchat video while driving the car. That's what I was doing.
Again?
Yeah. That's what I'm addicted to Snapchat while driving.
Jay, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Jay?
Not bad, lads.
Jay, what word do you hate being mispronounced?
Birthday.
Birthday.
Yes, but I say birthday.
Oh, birthday. As in B-U-R-T. Birthday.
Yeah. And the missus keeps saying, it's not birthday, it's birthday. And I
Well,
say,
actually,
"It's not
talking.
birthday either."
I used to say lorry instead of lorry.
That's okay.
No, it's not. It's not. The word is lorry. It's not lorry. And believe it or not, years ago, I actually voiced an advert. This is how I learned how to pronounce it. I did an advert in which I said, I can't
The
remember
one and only
advert.
advert they ever asked you to do, by the way.
And it said the word lorry in it,
Yeah,
and
and
I
you said
pronounced it
lorry.
lorry, and it went out for ages, and then somebody said, that's not how you pronounce that word.
Well, Jay, it could be worse. I mean, you're a culture, aren't you?
I'm indeed.
So cultures actually have the worst pronunciations of anything. You just can't speak.
Well, we kind of can't.
Well, say everything. Everton. No, Everton's a football team.
It is a football team, yeah.
No. I went to the shop and I bought Everton. You didn't buy Everton. You didn't. No, but Jay, count yourself lucky. Up here in Dublin, up in the Big Smoke, yeah? When it's your birthday, they say Bertie. Happy Bertie.
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
yeah.
Happy Bertie. Have you ever been pulled over by the guards for a
What do
minor...
you think Jeremy might have been pulled over for?
Stop.
He said it's a minor infraction. He got sent on his merry way. Did you get a ticket or anything? Are you getting something in the post?
No, I'm not. But he said, don't let it happen again. Stop doing this, will you? I don't want people to know.
You're after telling us now.
But I didn't tell you.
You may as well just...
I could have had me cash in the car without a seatbelt on. That's what it was.
It wasn't that, no.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Have you any penalty points, Jay?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Have you, as a result of this little infraction?
No, I don't.
Could you have?
I don't know. No, he said... He told me to go about and do Everton right. What
Anyway,
else is happening in the
okay,
news?
yeah.
We'll read out some of your texts in a moment as well about some of the words that... now, Adrian, you have the whole of Dublin trying to guess what I did.
Yes.
It was on the scale...
Are you the fella who was doing what that fella was doing on the picture on the M50 last week?
What?
The picture we had up last week of a man misbehaving behind
Tossing?
the wheel.
I wasn't tossing on the M50.
Okay, so
no,
it wasn't
only
that.
ever do that on the N11. Thanks very much.
Okay, there's loads of people texting in. What were you pulled in for? What road were you on?
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant, no.
To the crime that I...
Well, what road were you on?
Why?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a handle on this.
The N11.
The N11.
Yeah, near Loughlinstown.
Near Loughlinstown.
But that's completely irrelevant to it doesn't matter what...
Is your tax or your NCD out of date?
Well, it actually is, but he didn't realise that. He was too busy with the other thing that I did. This is it's not a joking matter. Road safety comes first in Ireland, and yes, I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed.
I know what it was. I know what it was.
Don't tell...
I know what it was. You were driving in the bus lane.
No, I do that all the time. No, this happened on a Saturday. There's no bus lanes.
Yes, there is bus lanes on a Saturday.
Oh, then I was doing that wrong as well. Oh, jeez.
It's only Sunday.
Yeah, he didn't realise my NCT was out of date, but there you go. What I was doing, as I said, on a scale of things, I didn't commit murder. It was a small crime.
So why won't you tell me then?
Because I don't want listeners to think any less of me. What else is happening in the news?
But if it's only small, then they won't. Okay, what else is happening in
This is a story, Adrian, that you have in the Sun today about, back-sack and crack.
Apparently, the bare facts is the headline. 73% of lads now shave their private areas. 6 in 10 young lads are cutting things close with boyzillions. I never heard that word.
That's a Brazilian for men.
In a bid to boost their love lives. And an overwhelming 85% of men aged 18 to 35 now indulge in a spot of manscaping or are willing to give it a go. The body parts most likely to trim is the groin, which is cited by 73%. Figures show that 58% have either tried a boyzillion just to please a partner.
But that's so. Can I stop you there?
You can.
This is a very important issue. I myself have been a manscaper for years. I was a manscaper before people even knew what it was. But I want to get the female opinion on this, because the reason I've done it all the time is to keep the women in my life happy.
Women? I thought you'd only one.
No, but I haven't only had one for my whole life. You know what I mean? So I want to ask women only, okay? Honest question. I want you to text me 0877 98 98 98, okay? And here is the question. I just want you to answer this question. When you see or think of a man completely shaved down below, what do you think? Okay? We want your honest reaction to it. What do you think when you see a man shaved, or you hear of a man shaving everything off down below? Now, we're talking about everything.
The whole 9 yards. Okay, text or WhatsApp your opinion to us right
Jesus,
now.
Adrian, if it's 9 yards, you're a hero.
On 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. What do you think of a man, this is just for ladies, who is fully bare down below?
Is that you? No.
Not fully, no, not 100%.
What's
80% maybe, but not 100.
80% there or not there?
Not there.
So there's
not 100.
So 20%?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Text
or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98. We'd like to hear from you. Ladies, what do you think of a man who is fully bare down below? We're back in just a second. Good morning, Dublin. It is Tuesday morning. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. So we want you to keep those texts coming in.
Just women only.
Women only. What do you think of a man who?
So you have to be so politically correct now. Gay gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Or gender neutral people.
Oh yeah.
Or gender fluid people.
Very good. Yeah.
Or gender reassignment people.
Yep. Yeah. Anybody. Transgender, anything. Yeah, okay. What do you think of a man who is completely bare down below? That's what we want to find out, because apparently 73% of lads now shave their private areas.
Adrian admitted he does 80%.
Yeah, 80%. Yeah.
I'm a full. I don't do things by half.
Yeah.
Either all gone or all.
Okay, fair enough. So we want you to text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. Lads, if you trim it down, it adds an inch.
That's very true. And
that's true.
That's the reason I do it. And here's my little analogy for you. By the way, is there any other man that would admit to doing it? Why are men so unwilling to? I'll tell you what. First man that comes on air to admit he does it, cinema tickets for you. That's what you have to do to get men to admit that they shave. You'd swear it was a shame.
Well, no, according to this 73%.
Well, no, they're all 98 FM men are ashamed to admit it. Call us now, 6797 981. I'll give you cinema tickets if you're willing to admit that you do.
Okay, one lady texted in and her view of a man who's fully shaven below is ew.
But she's probably a dinosaur.
Really?
Like my mother wouldn't be able to cope with that now.
Really?
When I told my mother I did it, she just couldn't.
You discussed that with your mother?
Yeah.
How highly inappropriate.
No, because I ran out. No, it doesn't matter. It came up in conversation. I ran out of Veet. I used Veet. And I asked my mother. I was over in the house and I asked my mother, did she have any Veet? And she said, what for, Jeremy? What do you want Veet for? And I said, well, I need to get rid of the back sack and crack. And she was absolutely horrified. Anyway, the reason.
It's such an inappropriate conversation to have with your own mother.
We have a very open relationship. Anyway, the reason I did it was because, and here's my little analogy. If you put a scarecrow in a cornfield, the scarecrow will look very small. Because he's surrounded by big corn, yeah?
Yeah.
But if you put a scarecrow On a golf course, in the middle of a putting green, that scarecrow looks huge. He looks amazing. He's daunting, that scarecrow is.
So you're telling me that that's the reason you do it?
I'm saying basically my willy looks like Wurzel Gummidge. That's basically
That's the
what I'm
reason
saying.
you do it?
No, I don't know.
Have you an inferiority complex?
I just don't like hair. I don't like hair. I don't think hair should be anywhere on a body. I hate hair.
Now, Gary, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Gary?
How are you doing, lads?
Gary, I got a text in from one of our listeners a moment ago, and the word she used to describe a man who is fully bare down below is ew.
No, he has to be clean shaved.
Now, Gary, I noticed that you rang in straight away when we offered cinema tickets that you weren't willing to admit. Are you ashamed of the fact that you do it?
No, he just got back into the van and just shaved it, and I said, no, I'll text you straight away.
Now, you're a young man like myself, about, what are you, 26?
I'm 41.
You're 31. And why do you do it?
You want to keep it clean. Nice and smooth.
Now, a lot of people are saying you have to keep the garden tidy. Is that your... Okay, so you believe
No,
that...
Adrian, I've been out in your garden and it's overgrown like mad.
Well, it's not actually. I've put a lot of work into it lately. Right, so it's to keep the garden tidy.
And keep the missus happy too, as well.
And why would it keep, well, without getting into detail, why would that keep her happy?
So I think it does, but it's never had to happen there, do I? So I think it's just, in my opinion, it keeps it nice and clean and smooth.
Well, the first time I did it, my current wife turned around and she said that it looks like a turkey hanging up in a butcher's on Christmas Eve.
And it does.
Really? I don't even know what a turkey looks like hanging up in a butcher's.
It's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. Anyway, so you get rid of absolutely everything.
100%, shave.
And how do you do it?
Razor blade. I can do my chest as well.
You use a razor blade?
Yeah.
Well, apparently you're not alone. 73% of lads actually do it. I've never heard of a man attending to his nether regions with Veet. Never.
Okay.
Do you use hair removal cream?
No, he's already said he shaves.
Why wouldn't you use hair removal cream?
Sorry, I won't pretend.
Oh no, hair removal cream is your only man.
No.
Gone.
73% of lads shave their private areas.
Let me read out some of your text messages. I do shave, but it's as itchy as hell afterwards. Yes, it is. The key to doing this, to manscaping, is get a good talc.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Jeff.
put a bit of talc
My
over it.
partner of 7 years always manscapes. I wouldn't have it any other way. It is clean and fresh.
Lisa says, I love it when my man shaves down below. I've always shaved and he likes it. I don't want to be on air as I have my daughter beside me. Yeah, how would you explain
Not
that?
a conversation you want to be having beside your young child, no.
No, not at all.
Says Lisa and Tala.
I think any man that does this is a weirdo, says John. Do people still... Is there still that... I thought we'd overcome those barriers.
Well,
now.
obviously it is becoming a thing of the past because 73% of men are actually doing it. Lads, I do my man bits and armpits once a month because I find it stops sweating and the smell of BO. Well, I always understood that the reason for having hair in those areas is to absorb sweat.
Well, I have hair in a very certain area on my body and it has...
Know.
No, you do want to know. And it has no reason to be there.
Where? On your head?
No. No. I have hair on a certain part of my body and it's been there for the last 10 years and it serves no purpose.
Where?
On my toes.
Oh, yeah. What is the purpose of that?
I have hairy toes.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. I saw them. You've manky feet, actually.
Why were you looking at my toes?
Lads, like I said, I do my man bits and armpits once a month because I find it stops sweating and the smell of BO.
Okay, you talk to Sean very briefly. And while you're doing that, Adrian, I'm going to find out why we have hair in our toes. There has to be a reason.
Try and find out.
Sean, do you know why we have hair in our toes?
What? No. Oh, it's something to do with when we were climbing trees.
But I don't climb trees.
Why would you need hair?
No, but before we involved, we were all covered in hair.
Yeah, no, I know we might have been covered in hair back in the day.
Yeah.
Some of us still are.
Our
Katie.
feet haven't evolved properly yet then.
But how would hairy toes help you climb a tree?
Yeah.
Huh?
How would hairy toes help you climb a tree?
Sure, when we were all monkeys, we were covered in hair.
Well, that's true. If you go to the zoo, monkeys have hairy toes.
Before the aliens came down and messed with us. And
see, this call was going normal to Sean, and now look, it's all getting.
Now, Sean, you
I watch
actually
the Discovery Channel.
you manscape as well.
Oh, I do, yeah.
And are we talking 100% manscaping
100% gone, because when she's 100% gone, it's like more intense or something.
It's more what?
It's more intense.
More
I don't know. He
intense?
says it's better.
It's better.
Yeah.
How could it possibly be better just because there's no hair there?
Because They're not picking anything out through their teeth then.
Here,
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
here.
Right, okay. It's all about teeth.
I'm trying to find out about the toes here.
We're still trying to find out about hairy toes.
I should get back to me. I'll go look at the YouTube and
Right.
see.
Good man. Anyway,
Sorry, Sean, by the way, don't believe anything you read. Now, YouTube is going to claim that men have hairy toes because aliens
The YouTuber
implanted their...
saying Michael Jackson's still alive. I was only watching that the other night when I had the fear.
And where is Michael Jackson allegedly living?
He's just wearing disguises or something the whole time. Go look it up, Mike. And it's funny, he's meant to be at his own funeral as well.
And why did he fake his own death?
he's just fed up.
Because he owed millions.
I suppose, yeah, if I owed millions...
The same as Tupac. So Tupac faked his own death because the government tried to lock him up. All these YouTube conspiracies are brilliant.
Well, now, if the permanent TSB came knocking on my door tomorrow and said, Jeremy, well, you owe 50 grand on your mortgage, and if you don't pay, we're going to kick you out, I'm dead. Gone.
Yes, you're dead right.
Would you?
The same. I do the same.
So Michael Jackson faked his own death because... And you believe this, do you?
No, I just had the fear from the drink, so I was just watching all crap.
So every time you have the fear from the drink, you watch YouTube videos.
Yeah. YouTube conspiracies.
Now, just back to the removal thing, yeah. This lady just texted in saying, if it's 100% gone on my man, then I give 100%. In other words, there's somebody who actually...
I can vouch for that.
There's somebody
because
who
I never
actually
got 100%.
Okay, don't want to... Sean, I don't want to know about your love life. You sound like a Neanderthal.
I'm not a Neanderthal, just like you.
I'm a knuckle dragger, I am.
Good luck.
Leave these culty men alone.
Thanks, Sean. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye. Did you get an answer for me? I need an answer. Why we hair in our toes?
No,
you don't have an answer.
I find out why we've hair in our knuckles, if
No.
that's any good
No,
to you.
that's no use.
Why do we have hair in our toes? For those of you who aren't aware of it, by the way, because you probably never look at this, look at your big toe. There's like a massive amount of hair growing out of your big toe. It's vile.
No, yours are particularly vile. And heinous.
So did we get the answer?
No, we didn't. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks.
Oh, sorry, I do have the answer.
Yeah, go on.
Is it too late to give it to you?
Quick.
The YouTube man was actually right. It all dates back to when you were a caveman.
Sure, I don't remember being a caveman.
No, but your great-great-great-grandfather was a caveman.
Was
probably.
he?
But
I think it's a bit further back than that.
Okay, maybe your great-great-great-great-grandfather, and he was completely covered in hair, and we evolved, and hair fell off most parts of our body, but for some strange reason, the one gene that we still have in our body is in our toe. So we still have caveman genes inside us, and our toe is still caveman. So you have a caveman toe.
Who knew?
You did.
This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I'm Adrian Kennedy. We're here until midday today. The main story in many of the news outlets today is the shocking figures being released that show just how big a problem childhood obesity is in Ireland. This doesn't make pleasant reading, I have to tell you. Children as young as 1 are being treated for obesity, according to the obesity clinic in Temple Street Hospital. Dr. Grace O'Malley has said that the average age of children being treated for weight issues is 11. On average, there are around 90,000 obese children in Ireland, and that figure is rising. And just look around you. There are overweight children of all ages in Ireland. Pay a visit to any family swimming pool and you'll see the full extent of the problem. Young children with bellies hanging over their swimming shorts. And there are 2 questions here. One is it time to have regular weigh-ins for children in school? And if they are found to be overweight, social services are called for the parents, and the parents are told if your child doesn't lose the weight, you'll be done for neglect. Is that fair to threaten parents of fat children in this way? Surely it is neglect and bad parenting if a child is fat by the age of 5. I saw one child over the weekend, and this is the God's honest truth, Saturday. Saw a child, I won't even say where, in North Dublin somewhere, and my God almighty, this young fella was about 8 and he was monstrous. Now, I don't know how his parents allowed that to happen, and you've heard the expression fat cat, fat kitten. Mammy and Daddy were both huge as well, but this young fella was monstrous. Is it fair to say that if a child is overweight, then you as a parent are the one that is responsible? In America, they're actually considering a law that would see parents losing custody of their obese children in order to make parents take this a lot more seriously. I'd love to hear from you on 6797 981. Text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98.
Bringing you the biggest Dublin stories first.
98 FM's Dublin Talks.
Good morning, Dublin. It is Tuesday morning. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I have to say, I was a little bit shocked. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I thought it was actually a bit more. But the figure, the number of children classed as obese in this country is shocking. 90,000 obese children in Ireland, at least. Now, I actually thought that figure would have been a bit higher, but 90,000 still is an awful lot of children. We're not just talking about carrying a little bit of weight. If you're obese, you're carrying an awful lot of weight. 90,000 children in Ireland are classed as being obese. Children as young as 1 in this country are being treated for obesity, according to the Obesity Clinic in Temple Street. And it raises a number of questions. If you were a parent that allowed your child to smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol, you would be charged with child neglect, because that's exactly what you're doing. You are neglecting your child. If your child is obese, you are bringing or allowing health problems to be inflicted upon your child. So, should you equally be charged with neglect for having a child who is that overweight? 90,000 obese children in Ireland. As I mentioned to you, I saw one young fellow over the weekend and he was ridiculously overweight. He was ridiculously overweight for his age. And you've seen it yourself. We've all seen it and we've all passed comment on it. And most of us have probably thought, how have those parents allowed that child to get that big? It is disgraceful. I'd love to hear from you on 6797 981. You can text or WhatsApp the programme 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Kevin, you're on Dublin's 98 FM. How are you, Kevin? Hello, Kevin. Oh, hang on. Is he... Hang on. I don't know what the problem is there. Are you there, Kevin? Oh no, we'll get him back in a different line. I don't know what the problem is there. 6797 981 is our telephone number. You can text or WhatsApp us on 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. I'd love to hear from you on this and find out whether or not you believe, and in fact Kevin was about to say, he believes that parents are the ones that are responsible. Parents are guilty of neglect. Should parents be prosecuted if they allow their children to become obese? Now, Kevin, have we got you there now?
I think you do.
There we are. Good man. Kevin, what do you want to say on this?
First of all, I hope you had a good weekend.
Fantastic weekend, yeah.
Good. Yeah, look, you're going to cram up the legal system with the likes of this. Look, it's not going to happen. But I do blame the parents on this one because, like... We all know too much junk food makes gain weight. And if they're throwing junk food down a child's throat, they're to blame. I think the cheapest solution to any of that would be just parenting classes. Social services would get called in or someone. But okay, like I said, if I was a parent, now thankfully it doesn't happen terribly often, but if I was a parent who was allowing my 8 or 9 year old to smoke cigarettes or to drink alcohol, you could mark my words, it wouldn't be long before social services would be dealing with you. And rightly so. Indeed, yeah.
So
very true.
Is this not the same thing? Is it that we just aren't taking it seriously enough to allow a child to get obese, which literally could ruin that child's life, could end that child's life early because they're so fat? Is that not neglect?
I agree with the term. It is neglect, but I can't see it being put through the court system or children being taken away. But
if not, why not? I mean, the word neglect means you are not looking after your children appropriately. Yeah. If you were to leave your child unattended in a house for 48 hours, that would be neglect and your child will be taken off you. Surely this is the same thing.
But a parent can be taught what's good for... Right, we all know... most parents know what's good and what's bad. Smoking, horrendous. Drinking, horrendous. But you can limit what you allow your child to consume. It's not as addictive as nicotine. Does that make sense? So, like, if a parent is taught in the right manner,
if a parent sees that their little Johnny or their little Mary is getting huge, surely they should be taking action straight away.
I agree, yeah, totally. If it's like obese, we're talking obese here. We're not talking a little bit chubby.
No, of course not. No,
right. So
we're not talking about a bit of baby weight.
Yeah, someone from the system should step in. I agree, but I can't see it. They're not going to go through the legal system. It's not going to happen. There's no money no coppers in the jar. If you know what I mean, it ain't going to happen. So the only solution will be parental courses. Because at least the parents informed.
We all know what's good to eat and what's not good to eat. You don't need to go on a course to know that.
No, do you know what? The unfortunate thing is, some people do. Not like there's so many brilliant parents out there that outweigh the bad ones. And we all look at a particular size of a child, and you know, right, that's wrong. But some people aren't made to be parents, if you know what I mean. Don't have the capabilities to understand.
Okay, so when you see an overweight, obese, or fat child, whatever word you want to use, when you see a child like that, you immediately think these are bad parents.
Well, look. Right, when you put words in my mouth there, it could be a medical issue, right? We don't know the situation, but 9 times out of 10, I think a person would not say bad parents, but say like, Jesus, how did that happen? Sorry for swearing. Like, how are you letting that happen? That would be I think the first thing that a person would think.
All right, stay there for 1 second, Kevin, and let me bring in more calls on this. 6797 981 is our telephone number. Text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98. Mick, you're on Dublin's 98 FM. How are you, Mick?
How's it going? How you doing?
Good, thank you, Mick. You 100% blame parents and believe it is down to lazy parenting.
I think most of it is down to convenience, Adrian. I've seen McDonald's in Dublin, London, and all that, like after school, and it's always random parents with kids. People say it's for a treat, yeah, but there's better ways to treat kids than going into a McDonald's in a way, because of the processed meat and all this sugar-laden stuff and all that as well.
I would be one of the many who believes, and in fact most people believe this, everything in moderation is fine. In other words, it is okay to bring the kids to McDonald's or Burger King or KFC every now and again. The problem is, some people's definition of every now and again differs from my definition of every now and again.
Yeah. And also, my definition of moderation when it comes to takeaways is about probably once every month or every 2 months.
Really? So fast food once a month or once every 2 months?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So anybody who is bringing their children or allowing their children to have fast food more frequently than that, you think is disgraceful?
I just think it's wrong, Adrian. It's more convenience than everything. Like, so there's quite a lot of parents now opt for the easy life. And they see it convenient, yeah. But like I say, I'm not the skinniest of people. I'm a big guy myself. But at the end, of the day,
who do you blame for that?
You've got to blame parents. You've got to blame TV. Like I say, look, McDonald's got probably one of the best marketing toys in the world. There, like the Happy Meals. They're giving the kids a toy along with their meal. That's like a marketing ploy itself.
Okay, but when you see a child that is overweight or obese, you blame the parents end of.
They have to take some sort of responsibility, yeah.
Well, hang on, Christopher, you don't think it's fair to blame parents? Why not?
I don't think it's blamed no, because at the end of the day, they're products of a system. Their education is as far as their education is, and as far as they know, and as everybody else is doing, it's all right to give their kids these Happy Meals, sugar drinks, everything like that, and they're eating them out of consistency as well. And again, he mentioned Happy Meals there and toys and stuff. They're not, they're giving away toys. They're like bribes more than rewards, if you know what I mean, to get them in, to get them stuff. It's not that they don't like Happy Meals, they do, but, who doesn't like a toy as well?
No, that's true, but that's hardly the reason that people are going into
it's education. Education as well, and the whole system, everybody is in it, everybody propagates it as well. And it's just education, basically, about what is good, what's not good. And education, like, I mean, how many people cook? And he said it's easier to go to McDonald's than it is it's necessity. It's easy as well.
But isn't that down to lazy parenting then? That's exactly the point that Mick was making. It is lazy parenting.
Well, if it's lazy parenting, well then you're coming back to why are those people unable to parent? Well, maybe their parents didn't parent them correctly. Why didn't they do it? It's all a part of the system. Education isn't as good as it should be in that area.
We all know that if we eat too much fast food, we're going to get fat. We all know that. All of us do.
Yeah, but we're a certain amount of programming and everything within us to tell us that it's all right to do it because it's there, it's available. So why would we think that there's anything wrong with it if it's so readily available?
So you don't believe that it is down to the parents to say, no, you can't, we're not having fast food today, I'm going to cook a dinner? I mean, Mick's point is that this is all a sign of lazy parenting, of parents just not bothering to cook, taking the lazy way out.
It's not really, because when you think about it, obesity is on the up now. So
yes, but why is that?
Yeah, absolutely. What's the difference? Well, it's got to be, McDonald's, how old is McDonald's? You know what I mean? You can't blame it on being fast food. It's the ingredients going into the food. It's what's being ingested. It's what's going into the kids. It's not that it's McDonald's.
No, nobody is blaming one particular company.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But is it not what parents are allowing their children to eat is the problem?
Yeah, absolutely. And what's in that food? You know what I mean?
Okay, stay there for 1 second, Christopher. Hang on there for 1 second. 6797 981 is our telephone number. We'll take more of your calls in just a moment. Live and exclusive to Dublin's 98 FM, Monday through Friday between 10 and midday. This is Adrian Kennedy. You're with 98 FM's Dublin Talks. And Trish is here with Tuesday's top headlines.
Thanks, Adrian. The Justice Minister is being asked to intervene to stop extreme antisocial behaviour at the 40-foot. Local residents have complained about drinking and couples having sex in public at the popular swimming spot. Minister Charlie Flanagan says he's asked for a Garda report on the problem before he takes any action. It's believed Gardaí may have intercepted a planned gangland shooting in Dublin last night. 2 suspects in their 30s have been arrested after a loaded gun was seized in Ballyfermot at around 8 o'clock. The emergency response unit was reacting to intelligence gathered from an investigation into the Kinahan cartel. Childcare experts claim dads aren't taking paternity leave because they can't afford it. They're entitled to €460 for 2 weeks off work, but Early Childhood Ireland says that's not enough. And Transport Infrastructure Ireland says they have no official policy on ferries after Kerry TD Danny Healy-Rae claimed the little people are interfering with the roads. He says ferry forts are causing a dip on the main Killarney to Cork route to mysteriously reappear. A spokesperson for TII says it's always wise to wish the little people the best. And now you're up to date on 98 FM.
This is actually a thing. I can't believe this is an elected politician. You have a look on your face that says, I believe in fairy forts.
No, I won't say any more.
It's unbelievable. Thank you, Trish.
98 FM. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Tuesday morning, Tuesday, August 8th, 2017. How are you today? How's your fairy fort? This is Adrian Kennedy. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. We're in the middle of a conversation all to do with childhood obesity. And it's one of the main stories in a number of the newspapers today. And it just doesn't make good reading. Children as young as 1 are being treated for obesity, according to the obesity clinic in Temple Street Children's Hospital. The average age at which children are being treated for weight issues is 11. Now, we were talking about blaming parents and not blaming parents. A child before the age of 11 surely eats what they're told to eat by their parents and consumes what they're given to consume. They're not off out buying stuff themselves before 11. So can you blame parents? Is it down to parental responsibility? In America, for example, they are considering a law that would see parents losing custody of their children if they are persistently obese. I would love to hear from you on this on 6797 981. Liz, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Liz? Hello, Liz. Sorry, there's something wrong with line 4, lads. I don't know what the problem is. Hang on. If I press... you there now, Liz? No, I don't know what's wrong with that line, lads. Sorry about that. Line 4. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I know what the problem is now. I'll get it sorted now. There we go. And now I should have Liz on the line, have I?
Hiya.
Now I have you. Liz, what did you want to say on this?
I agree that it's bad parenting that if a child is obese, extremely obese. But when you compare it to not letting your child smoke or drink, how many parents have you actually heard being done for neglect for that? Do you know, when you look at how many underage people drink and smoke. So I can't actually see it being.
Okay, but the reason, the reason we would never ever allow a child to drink or smoke is because it is just plain wrong. You just wouldn't do it.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying you never when you actually look at the demographic of kids who drink and smoke, say from 14 and 15 up to 18 when they're allowed, you never actually hear of the parents of them children being done for neglect, and it is neglect. You know your child is doing that when they're out.
Well, actually, I could argue with you that it's less neglectful because a lot of parents won't even realise that their kids are out smoking, where a parent can't but realise that their child is becoming obese. You can't miss it.
I can't see how it's going to be policed as neglect, like for neglect. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand how. Okay, that it could be policed.
I saw a young fella the other day, and I know this young fella is on the road to having severe health problems in his future because he was so big. He was disgracefully big. And he got that bigness, if you want to, if that's a word, from his parents because they were both huge. Now,
I agree with you, but say, for instance, if it was a law, what you're talking about them bringing in America, if that was heard, that the parent could lose custody of their child for being that extremely obese.
Yeah.
Would you have reported them? Would you have found the police there and then to say that there's a child
I think I might have, because I genuinely, now, and I'm not being bad to the young fella, I genuinely went, oh my Jesus, look at the size of that young fella. That's disgraceful. And I'm not talking about somebody who had any sort of a medical condition or anything. This is just a fat young fella. And it was horrible to see. It was horrible.
I agree. It is disgusting to say because you know it's lazy parenting. That's obviously the parents that are saying.
And not only that, by allowing a child to get that fat, you're opening that young fella, I guarantee you, is constantly ridiculed for being a little fatso. I guarantee you he is. In school and everything else.
I do agree. I just don't understand how, I don't see how it could be policed if they did make it a law that was neglectful to do that to your child, which I do agree that it is. It's just I don't see how it could be policed.
Sure, it would be very easy to police. I was able to see the kid. I mean, somebody is saying it's
but then it comes down to the public and the public reporting it. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's actually a policeman or a policewoman on the street to see that obese child as well. Do you know what I mean? So it comes down to the same as most other things. And, it comes down to the public having to report it, and how many people are actually going to get on the phone to the police and say, oh, I'm in such and such an area and there's an obese child walking around.
Okay, somebody just texted in to say it was none of your business. Excuse me saying this, young fella, and it was none of my business. I didn't do anything. I just walked past.
Saying, there's so many people with that opinion that say, well, it's none of my business.
The reason it took me by surprise was just the size of this young fella. And I thought, oh my Jesus, he is. I genuinely thought that's neglect. It really is. And then,
as I said, I agree, but would it
be any of your business? Would it be any of your business if you were in a supermarket and you saw a mother leathering the legs off a child, absolutely walloping the legs off the child? Would that be any of your business?
Of course it would, but how many people do you know would see that and would just carry on and put it on Facebook later on and go, oh my God, I seen a woman slapping her child? Do you know what I mean? Most people don't actually do anything anymore apart from video it and put it online. So if it came down to the public doing something about it, I don't actually see it being policed.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. Our telephone number is 6797 981. You can text or WhatsApp the programme on 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. I want to run a very quick Dublin Talks text poll. And I have a very simple question for you. And here's the question that I want to ask you. Is it parental neglect to have an obese child? That's the question. It's simple. I want to see how you feel about this. With 90,000 children in Ireland obese, is it parental neglect to have an obese child? Text yes if you think it is parental neglect, or no if you don't think it's parental neglect. And send your text to me right now to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. Is it parental neglect to have an obese child? I want you to text the word yes if you think it is, or text the word no if you don't think it is, and send it to me right now to 0877 98 98 98. Very interested to see how you feel about this. Like I said, I really do. That kid I saw the other day, that lady, Liz, is right. I didn't go taking a photograph of the young fella, but I was shocked by the size of this young fella. He was maybe 8 or 9. He was just huge. And it just looked like he inherited whatever it is from his parents, because they were huge as well. Actually, not as big as him, believe it or not. Proportionately, they weren't as big as him. But anyway, my question to you is it parental neglect to have an obese child? Text the word yes or no to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. And Liz, just to go back to you for a second, do you see it as neglect?
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, I do agree that it is completely neglectful to allow your child to be that obese. Because, as you said, it's completely unhealthy. You know what I mean? And they're setting them up for the amount of bullying you probably receiving in school or on the street or whatever.
And again, that in my opinion, because I've no doubt this particular young fella I saw the other day, I have no doubt he gets bullied in school over his weight. No doubt in my mind whatsoever, because I know what kids are like.
Yeah, so I can see all the ways that, like, it is wrong and it is neglectful. As I said, I can't understand how it would be policed, in the sense that it comes down to the public, an awful lot of it reporting it. And I just don't think that many people would, because a lot of people have the opinion of, well, it's none of your business. Do you know what I mean? So
I know, but sometimes it has to become our business. Sometimes it has to become our business. I found that, even looking at that child the other day, horrible. And I don't mean horrible. I'm not picking on the child. I just thought, Jesus, do these parents know nothing? How have they allowed this 8-year-old to get like this?
But as you said, if the parents were that obese themselves, they obviously don't see anything wrong with it. And the child wouldn't see anything wrong with his weight because his parents are that way. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of it does come down to education as well, but I just don't see how it'd be policed if it became a neglect issue, like.
Yeah, I don't see what the difference is between this and any other type of neglect. If you knew a child was being physically harmed, or if you knew a child was being left out all hours of the night, or, all sorts of ways in which a child can be neglected, most people would have no issue reporting it.
But at the same time, a lot of people do have issues with reporting things like that. As I said, when you look at teenagers who smoke or drink and things like that, it does come down to the public reporting it, and the public just don't.
All right, stay there for a second. 6797 981 is our telephone number. You can text or WhatsApp the programme on 0877 98 98 98. Now, Vicky, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Vicky.
Hi, how are you?
Now, Vicky, you're a young woman. You see, obviously, like we all do, some fairly obese children around. You blame parents.
I do, 100%. I actually am a personal trainer myself, and the amount of times, obviously, mothers or fathers come in, they're overweight, but then they bring their kids in, whether they're just sitting there while their parents are training, and the kids are heading the same way. And I think it's absolutely dreadful to see.
Now, somebody texted me a moment ago, and it said, let me read this message. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and we ate rubbish. We were a generation raised on Findus crispy pancakes, but I also played outside and ran around lots. I think gaming and computers and tablets and general laziness is a huge issue. What can parents do about that? That's a good question, actually. What can parents do when that's what kids want to do now?
I think it's important that, you create a time limit for that sort of thing. Kids, of course, that's in their nature. They want to, play on the computer, play on the iPad, whatever it is. It's about having, a routine that, all right, we have 30 minutes once you get maybe all your homework done or whatever, 30 minutes of TV before you get ready for bed or whatever.
Again, it is down to parenting.
Yes, 100%.
And not allowing your child to be sitting on the Xbox, making sure that they get out and get involved in sports or get out running around with their friends or whatever.
Completely. I think parents, they are in control for if a child is under 18 and, they're essentially the boss, so it is their responsibility to look after what their child is doing.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. Louise, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Louise?
Hey, Adrian.
Louise, you have an overweight 14-year-old.
Yeah, I do indeed.
And why is that?
He's overweight because he secret eats. Now, I'm 8 stone. My husband is very slim. 3 other children that are really slim. And he is just, I don't know, he has an addiction to food and sweets. We can't give him money. We can't let grandparents or aunties and uncles give him money because he's straight to the shops and he would buy, he'd buy the shop out if he could.
Really?
And we can't buy biscuits.
And I assume he's buying shite, is he?
He's buying absolute rubbish. He's buying sweets and Coke, all these energy drinks, and we can't actually buy anything even to have in the house for the other kids. He just does not care. He will just eat it. He'd eat a pan of bread. He would eat, he just, anything that I have in the house, he would eat. And there's just no control in him.
How long has this gone on for, Louise?
I would say about 4 years. He was always a little bit heavier than the other kids. But, he's active. I like to run, and I'll get him out on his bike, and he'll come with me, or his rollerblades. And, we kind of keep him active as much as possible. But he's just a glutton. There's no other word for him. And, if someone else seen him, because he's not like that, he's massive, he's 6 foot, but around the middle, he is really, really heavy, he has 10 bellies. And if we go away on holidays and he's jumping into the pool and all, I'm actually embarrassed. I am actually embarrassed, and I do say to myself, people must think, Jesus, those parents must just let him eat and eat and eat, and it's not the case, and it's not. And
in terms of eating at home, what are you giving him?
Well, for breakfast, he won't eat a breakfast. I don't know what he eats. He'll say, "Oh, I'm not hungry," and then he'll go and he'll have 2 slices of toast. But then he's kind of fine in the morning. But then as the day goes on, he'll just, I'm in work. I do have to drop him down to grandparents' house and to aunties and uncles' house to watch him while I'm in work, because I actually couldn't leave him at home in the house alone, because he would just eat the house. I'm not joking.
But what you're saying is, and what I'm hearing from you is, that this is outside of your control.
It's not in my control. It really isn't.
There you are, Vicky. There's a mother saying it is not in her control to stop her young fella eating.
Personally, I think there's always, steps that could be made better,
Like what? You recommend them? Because I have gone to the doctor. I have spoken to the doctor. I have actually said to my doctor, I need help with this child, and I'm not getting help. I've tried CAMS there in Cherry Orchard, because he's got ADD, but I just feel like there's other underlying issues with him with this addiction to food. But
I don't doubt that, and it's heartbreaking, because I can tell that you are very, very upset about it. And I would say, can I ask, do the groceries, or does he have a say in what goes in the trolley? Or
he comes shopping with me every week, and he'll ask me to get bananas, and he loves raw carrots. There's loads of things that he likes, and he does have a say in the groceries when he comes shopping. We don't buy sweets, we don't buy treats, we don't buy
Okay,
crisps.
so you're not bringing junk into the house.
No.
He's eating it when he's outside of the house. And at 14, it's just like, I remember as a young fella, my dad catching me smoking, and giving out yards to me, but sure, I still secretly smoked.
Yeah.
It didn't stop me. So it's the exact same thing, really, Vicky.
It is. It's an addiction.
That no matter what, listening to what you're saying, Louise, no matter what you try and do, you can't stop them.
I can't, and it might sound like it's a cop-out. I have 3 other children. They're very healthy, very fit, very athletic. They've all got medals for running, swimming, jogging, camogie, football, soccer. We do our best with our kids, and we are still trying to do our best. We probably give him the most attention. And, when people say it's neglect, just really pisses me off. Because they just haven't got a clue.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. Let me go to Anne. You're on 98 FM, Anne. How are you?
Hiya.
Anne, Louise has a 14-year-old. Over the last couple of years, he's become overweight, but there's nothing she can do about it.
Well, I think there is, because I know myself, because I've 3 kids. You do your shopping, you buy a few goodies. I've kids myself. I hide them in my house. And when I think they can have something, I'll give it to them. And I mean, I even lock the stuff away so they can't get it. Because I know if they're there, it's only encouraging them to eat it.
Yes.
If it's sitting out in front of them. And you can prioritise with your kids and give them what you want. You know what I mean? They will ask and ask. Yeah.
Okay, but you've just heard this lady saying that no matter what she does with her 14-year-old, she doesn't bring any rubbish into the house. Yet he, being 14, is entitled to go out and do his own thing, going to school and whatever. She doesn't have full control over him.
Well, she's the parent, and it's like that myself. Even where I heard her saying there he could eat a full-size pan. You don't let him eat the full-size pan.
No, you don't let him eat the full-size pan, but he would get up during the night and eat it. I've had to lock doors.
Well, I've done that myself.
Yeah, I've had to do that.
Me kids will try when you're quiet or when things are all quiet in the house.
What if there's a fire? I can't go over to bed at night locking all my doors in the house. If there's a fire, me and the other kids, we're not getting out with my husband. So I tried that. I did try locking the doors, and I was told by a counsellor that's not a good idea.
Well, I don't mean lock your kitchen door. If you have certain food that your child, your 14-year-old, does like eating, lock it away.
Everything.
I don't mean lock the kitchen door. I mean
I've done it. He'll eat everything.
I've done it. I have 3 kids myself. I've got
4 kids. I know. Yeah. You don't understand what it's like, so you can sit there.
I do, because I've seen my own kids doing it, and I'd have to run for them. And I'd say, what are you doing? And but I'm hungry. I'd say, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
End of story.
That works with my other 3 kids. That works perfect with them, and they will accept what I say.
Yeah.
They will accept that, and they will listen to it. He doesn't.
Yeah, but you bring him as well to shopping. And does he pick out a certain foods that he wants?
Yeah,
and all?
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't buy crap, or he doesn't look for crap in the supermarket because he knows he won't get it.
Yeah.
He'll pick out what he likes.
The likes of dinners and stuff like that.
The likes of dinners. He loves a dinner. He loves roast chicken, roast beef. He loves pasta. He loves rice. He loves all of that stuff. He'll eat vegetables. He'll eat cabbage. He'll eat broccoli.
Yeah. Would you give him big size plates, or would you give him small?
No.
But the fact of the matter is that the problem is when he's not in the house, when he's outside, and you cannot control a teenager. You can't be with a teenager morning, noon, and night.
Well,
I'm lucky it's not drinking and smoking or drugs or whatever. I am lucky.
Yeah, but still you have to watch it. It's for his health.
Yeah. He's overweight. He's really overweight.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Louise. We were running a poll a couple of minutes ago where we asked, do people believe that it is parental neglect if you have an obese child? 88% of our listeners said yes.
Yeah, I know people judge me when I'm out with my son, and if we're on holidays or whatever, and he's jumping into the pool. I know people are judging us, and they're looking at us, and we're all so slim and skinny, and he's very overweight, and I do know, and I see people looking at him, and what can you do? You can let people be narrow-minded and judge others, or you can let people mind their own business. and get on with their own life and not to be so narrow-minded and judging other people and think that they know what's going on behind closed
Well,
doors.
let me read two texts. One is a WhatsApp message. It says, "Have you ever heard of Prader-Willi syndrome?" And yes is the answer to that question. I have. And I think the implication in that question is maybe that young fella that I saw in Swords the other day had Prader-Willi syndrome. He didn't. Okay, because I've actually known personally a child with Prader-Willi syndrome, and it's quite a severe disability. This young fella in Swords certainly didn't have Prader-Willi syndrome. Okay, and that yes, I do understand that is certainly a cause of obesity in some children. I'm very familiar with the condition, but no, this young fella that I saw in Swords the other day, he just definitely didn't. And one message just for you, and it says, "That woman Louise is a disgrace. Now, she might not be overfeeding her son and abusing him that way, but she's obviously verbally abusive because it's clear in the way she speaks about him. There's obviously a medical problem if the child can't control his hunger to the extent that she says."
Well, we've never verbally abused our son. We love him to bits. And we give him the most attention out of all the children. And if I do come across like that, it's because I'm just a bit pissed off at how people judge other people's families, and I love that child more than life. And I do anything and everything for him. And I've brought him to loads of places. He doesn't know that the extent that I have gone to try and help him, because I kind of keep that from him.
And have you brought him for medical help?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you brought him to, as somebody texted in a moment ago, that lady's son needs to see a behavioural psychologist?
He's been there. He's done that OBT, or CBT. CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy.
Mm-hmm.
We've done everything. We've done everything with him. And I'm still going to keep trying and going to keep
And does the young fella himself know that he's overweight?
He does. He does know.
Does it bother him?
It slightly bothers him some days, and then other days he would be grabbing onto his belly, making funny faces with it and things like that,
And what about, let me read another message to you. It sounds like that 14-year-old is just not active enough. Not the fact that he eats so much. The fact he gets more attention than his siblings could be the issue.
Yeah, well, he probably is an attention seeker, but he is active. He is active, and he doesn't have, he's not, well, he does have Xboxes and all that, but he's not allowed access to them, because he's probably they've been taken off him since Christmas almost for misbehaving. And, because there is punishments when he's doing things that I'm saying not to. So when I do go to the press and realise he's eating the pan of bread, his phone gets taken off him for a couple of days, or his Xbox is taken off him, and to be honest with you, he hasn't had any of them since Christmas. So I literally don't have anything to take off him anymore.
I have to say my heart goes out to you, because you obviously know his eating habits, and his size is doing him no favours at 14.
It's the health implications as well. Like, he's obese. He's only 14 and he's obese. And, I do know what that means for his future. And it does mean a shorter life for him if he doesn't get his act together, And, I'm trying, I'm always talking to him, always saying, I'm just here to lead you on the right path in life. And, after this, it's time for you to take over and you to decide, where you want your life to go.
But he also is at an age that he needs to start taking some responsibility himself.
Some responsibility. This is exactly what I've said. His older siblings, at that age, Jesus, they were so trustworthy, and so they listened, they cared, they didn't like me to get annoyed with them and punish them. That would have been enough, for me to take the phone off them for a couple of days and be really annoyed with them. They would think twice about doing something again, but it's an addiction with him, and that's why it continues.
But you haven't given up trying to get him help?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I'll keep trying, and I'll keep him out, and we'll keep running, and the rest of the family is benefiting from it. We're all very skinny. He doesn't push himself with anything,
Louise,
But I just wanted to add my two cents worth in there.
And it's great to hear from you, and it's great to hear the perspective of a parent who's dealing with this. And just final question to you, Louise. Before, say, the age of 10, was he an average size for a child? It's just in the last few years.
He was always a little bit bigger than the rest of them. Like height-wise and all. I mean, 14 and he's 6 foot.
Yes,
he was always, he is a big lad. And he can carry the weight well because of his height. But if he wasn't 6 foot, I can't even imagine what he would look like, And, this is not me saying, looking at him. I just want him to do the best in life. And I just feel like, in the job that I work, when people come in for interviews and that, when they see a really heavy person, I know this is another day's story, and they see a slimmer person, more active, they're going to give it to the slimmer person, and I've been there, and I don't want his weight to hold him back in life, and I do feel that it does. I do feel that it will if he doesn't get his act together. So
I wish you well, Louise. That sounds like a nightmare of a problem to try and deal with, and it sounds like it gets to you. I can hear it in you. All right, but look, I wish you the very best, and thank you very much for talking to us.
Okay, thank you.
This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. I'm Adrian Kennedy. We're here until midday today. Now, next on the programme, a topic that doesn't get discussed much on this show, but something that I want to talk about. It's all to do with revenge, and specifically revenge on a cheater. And why some people, usually women, think they are fully justified in getting revenge when their man cheats. Alex is a regular listener to Dublin Talks and sent us this message on Facebook over the weekend. He was caught cheating on his girlfriend on Saturday, and in revenge, she threw all his clothes that were in her house in the bin, and she smashed his Xbox, which was also in her house. Now, she believes that although he did something wrong, this was a criminal act and should be charged. Sorry, he believes that although he did something wrong, she conducted a criminal act and should be charged. Have a listen to this. Lads, I listen to your show all the time. On Saturday, I was in my girlfriend's house, and she saw messages and pictures on my phone that showed I had played away from home. Not proud of it, but it was with one girl and a once-off. She kicked me out of her house. When I came back on Sunday to pick up my stuff that was in her house, my clothes and my Xbox, she told me that she had thrown them all in the bin. I had about 20 shirts there, all gone. Brand new Xbox that she bought me, smashed to smithereens. She went psycho. Why do people think it's okay to do that? Yes, cheating is wrong, but it's not illegal. She caused over €1,000 worth of damage to my stuff, says Alex. And I'd love to hear from you on this on 6797 981. Is revenge ever justified? I'd love to hear from you. If it's ever happened to you, I'd love to hear from you. If you've ever inflicted it on somebody, I'd love to hear from you. And we'll take your calls in a couple of minutes.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Mattress Express at Des Kelly Interiors, Long Mile Road. Because sleep shouldn't have to wait. 98 FM.
Morning, Dublin. It is Tuesday morning. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and this is 98 FM's Dublin Talks. Is revenge ever justified? That's the question that we're asking. So your fella cheats on you, ladies. Are you justified in smashing up his Xbox to smithereens? Are you justified in ripping up and throwing all his clothes in the bin? I'd love to hear from you. Like, here's one comment on our Facebook page. He'd have got a belt of a hammer if it was me, the dirty blah, 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 blah. He should have kept it in his jocks. And that's a comment from Lauren on our Facebook page. And we wrote back to Lauren, just imagine if a bloke said that about a woman. And then another lady, Pamela, wrote back, shut up, you muppets. Well said, Lauren, you're a woman after my own heart. Lauren's original comment was, he'd have got a belt of a hammer if it was me. And the amount of women saying, well said. I'd love to hear from you on 6797 981. You can text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98. Is revenge ever justified? Jamie, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Jamie?
Good, Adrian. How are you?
I'm great, thanks, Jamie. Jamie, is revenge ever justified?
Definitely not. And that thing on your Facebook is just mad. Like, it's... If I done that to a girl, like if I had an ex-girlfriend and she cheated on me and I threw all her clothes in the bin and smashed her makeup up, she'd put it on Facebook and call me an abuser.
Yes, she probably would, yeah.
And everyone would go, oh, Jesus, God bless you, you poor thing. But if she'd done it to me, she'd put it on Facebook and people would laugh and go, haha, well done, hon, proud of you. Don't let any man treat you like that. And it's all about double standards.
So if it were the other way, it would be completely different.
Yeah, and it's double standards. It's the same way anything with men and women in Ireland.
Like, here's another one. I'd have bleached all of his clothes, cut the soles off his shoes, and gels. What else? My jeez, I wouldn't like to cross this Ciara one.
Like, imagine I said that about a girl. Imagine the absolute uproar that would cause.
Yeah.
But it's okay for women to go, yeah, I bait him around with a hammer. If I said I was going to bait me ex around with a hammer, the guards would be at me all day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. they would. I mean, look, more messages. Megan said, if it was me, I would have hopped the hammer off his head. He'll never cheat again.
That would be attempted murder.
I know, I'm sure she probably wouldn't actually bounce a hammer off his head, but it's the fact that she feels that way. I hope she ripped his shirts to shreds before she put them in the bin. I would have done worse to my cheating scumbag ex.
Oh my God! Like, imagine you and your wife broke up tomorrow, and you ripped up all her clothes and threw them in the bin and smashed up her car and her telly. You would go to jail for criminal damage.
And this is exactly the point that this guy Alex is saying. I had about 20 shirts there, all gone. Brand new Xbox smashed to smithereens. She went psycho. Why do people think it is okay to do that? Cheating is wrong, but it's not illegal. She caused over €1,000 worth of damage to my stuff, which is illegal. That's the point.
But if he walked into the Garda station tomorrow and said to them, I'd like to make a complaint, my girlfriend smashed up my Xbox.
They'd laugh.
They'd laugh at him.
Yeah, they would. They absolutely would, yeah.
And said, Alex smashed up my makeup because I cheated on him. Stick it in their car and go and arrest poor Alex.
Stay there for 1 second. Barry, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Barry?
Oh, not bad. Fair play to her.
Oh, fair play to her?
Yeah.
She smashed his Xbox and threw out all his clothes, and you're saying fair play to her?
Where are you in her house?
Well, obviously, because he stays there sometimes, I assume.
Yeah, so he plays there, but he shouldn't be playing with the Xbox, not with her.
Sorry, can you turn down the radio in the background there, Barry, if you don't mind?
Sorry.
Good man, thanks very much, because we operate a 10-second delay and it'll throw you off a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So you're saying fair play to her smashing up his Xbox and throwing out all his clothes?
Yeah, it's in her house. Well, what I was reading there, he had that stuff in her house.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's her house, and he plays offside. So, here, feck off.
Because she's not just giving it back to him.
Yeah, hand it back. Get out of my house, you're a cheating liar, see you later.
Yeah, end of.
No, here, tough shit, you bollocks. You're after breaking me heart as a woman. Women have feelings as well, man.
No, we understand that, Barry. But the point, Barry, the point that Jamie is making, and I have to say I agree with him. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was her who cheated on him and he smashed up all her gear...
Out. Oh, no, she will get different rights from the guards.
That's my point. That's exactly the point. That if he smashed up all her gear, the guards would actually listen if he went to the guards, if she went to the guards, and charge him with criminal damage or whatever. Tanya, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Tanya.
How are you?
Tanya, fella cheats... you find out about it. Is it ever justified to get revenge in that way?
It certainly is. I fucked her one down the stairs.
Mind the language there, if you don't mind, Tanya. You threw
her down the stairs, yeah.
You threw her down the stairs?
Yeah, and him after it.
Jeez, you're some woman to be throwing people down the stairs. Yeah, go on. What happened?
And, well, it was an affair that was going on, and I just walked in on top of it.
Oh, you literally walked into the room?
Yeah. Just in on top. So the two of them went out on top.
And you literally threw the two of them physically down the stairs?
Physically by the hair, yeah, and then him by the throat.
And then what happened after that?
Came crawling back as they normally do. Because you're with them for that long, they always come back. But you never let them back.
Did you ever take him back?
I did, yeah. Only for my kids, which I should have never ever done. The scariest thing I done.
What, he did it again, did he?
He did it again, yeah. He did it again.
With the same girl or with somebody else?
Same girl for a while, and then somebody else.
So once a cheat, always a cheat?
Definitely, yeah. 100%.
And, okay, we were talking about a woman who smashed up his Xbox, threw all his clothes in the bin.
Yeah, I do the same.
Now, there you go, Jamie. She would do the exact same.
Yeah, I went on holidays.
But the thing is, Tanya, technically, and I know this is going to
You do the same now, buddy, to her stuff. Let's be honest here. The men would be just as bad now.
No.
If there was, as we
you
say,
assaulted two people, and that you broke the law by it. No matter what they done, cheated.
Yeah, they assaulted my heart and broke it.
That's a totally different thing.
I know it is, but that's not how you're looking at it at that point in time. You're not looking at it like that. You're not looking at it in any way. Your mind is just going, what is going on?
But no, you can look at it logically, Tanya, and say, get out of my house, get out of my life, bye-bye. Where does
that's what I did in the end. I done that.
No, but I'm saying you're saying that it is justified for this girl to rip up all his clothes and throw his Xbox, smash up his Xbox.
Many men do it as well.
I've never heard of a man doing that.
Oh, I have heard of people doing it. Yeah.
Have
what
you?
Would you
of a man doing stuff like that?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Tanya,
I have.
What would you do if he grabbed you by the throat and threw you down the stairs?
Yeah.
Now, are you there? Oh, sorry. Hang on there for 1 second. I have to take a very quick break. Back in a sec.
98 FM's Dublin Talks with Mattress Express at Des Kelly Interiors, Long Mile Road. Because sleep shouldn't have to wait. 98 FM.
We're in the middle of a conversation all to do with revenge and whether or not revenge on a cheater is ever justified. We heard from Tanya, who threw them down the stairs, actually, when she walked in on them. Sarah, you battered them.
Yeah, I did. And I slashed the tyres and I broke an Xbox. And that was just one person actually got battered and their Xbox got broken just because they text someone else on me. The one that actually cheated and got someone else pregnant on me, his life wasn't even worth living.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Why, what did you do to him?
I smashed... I nearly kneecapped him with a hammer. I had a hammer sitting under a pillow and I had to restrain myself from putting the hammer through his nose. I threw a photograph into his face. Oh, what I didn't do to him. Seriously, what I didn't do to him.
Now, if this conversation were the other way around and I had a man on the line who'd been cheated on by a woman and he came on the air... Hang on. And he came on the air to say, I battered him, I knocked him black and blue, he would be ripped apart. And what I'm trying to understand is...
If a woman does it to a man, then she deserves a good beating as well,
but she's not going to. And if any man...
not going to,
no. But because any man who would do that is going to be branded the lowest of the low.
That's gas, because when I did that, I got punched around as well. I got choked up against the stairs and everything. Oh. So that's madness, that is.
Sounds like a lovely relationship.
It was great, it was. Great crack.
Hang on there for 1 second, because...
It's not just the fellas that get it either. The girls that are doing it with it too.
Sorry, Tom, are you still there? Tom?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Tom, there she's admitting that when he cheated, when she found out that he cheated, she battered him.
It's not on, seeing this day and age is ridiculous.
Not going on, me sitting at home pregnant and him going get...
Yeah, look, I don't think cheating's right. You shouldn't cheat on me, fair enough, but there's no need for violence. He shouldn't do it, you shouldn't do it. What's the point?
Sarah, is it not easier to just walk away? Why did you need to batter him? Why did you need to
because he pissed me off that much.
I get the fact that he pissed you off. I understand that.
It wasn't just, come here, he got someone else pregnant while I was pregnant. He's lucky to be walking around even now.
And that's a horrible thing to do on anybody. But Oh, did you get a satisfaction out of battering him, as you put it?
Yeah.
Did it make the situation any better?
Well, it wouldn't have made it better. Nothing would have made it better because what he did. Like, my child ends up dying, and his little lover's child ends up living. So, yeah, my way right this second, I'd batter him again.
No, but what I'm asking is, Sarah, did it make things any better? The answer is no. It didn't improve the situation at all.
No, but it made me feel great.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Because I got my anger out on him, and I slashed his tyres.
Well, now, there you go, Tom. She slashed his tyres. She battered him.
And it's not just him. The girl deserves something too, because especially if she knows all about it. But only for she had the guards there on her little waiting for me, she would have gotten knocked around too.
But the point is that if a fella does that to a girl and she reports it, he's this, that, he can be locked up. But for girls, and a fella says nothing, then it's no big deal because he deserved it.
Bull crap, because
it is ridiculous.
That's bull crap, because he choked me up against the stairs and not jack shit was done about it. So that's bull crap. Men get away with just as much as women these days. So that's bullshit. Sorry, but it is.
No, absolutely not.
What, am I a liar now?
Didn't say you're a liar, but it's a ridiculous statement. If you ask,
no, it isn't. No, it isn't.
If you
choked me up against the stairs, and if it wasn't for a friend of mine pulling them off me by the way, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you.
Well, as I said, that I don't agree with violence. Violence shouldn't happen from your end either.
No, violence shouldn't happen, full stop. But if you're going to cheat on somebody that you're after getting pregnant and then going and getting someone else pregnant, damn right, it's expected. Expect to be bet, and expect your little girlfriend to be bet too.
Yeah, well, it's just
Sarah, do you realise? Sarah, do you realise how much of a psycho you sound?
Oh, I sound like a psychopath, but I'm not the only one out there.
Oh no, I know you're not.
Girl
No.
in my position was on the exact same thing. I had to stop my friends from jumping in and battering him, and to this day, I still have to stop my friends. I still have to stop my friends from going for him.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. Lisa, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Lisa.
How's it going?
Good, thanks, Lisa. What did you want to say on this?
Yeah, no, I think they're dead right.
You think they're dead right?
Yeah, my found out my ex was cheating, pulled him out of bed at 4:45 in the morning, threw him out the door and literally what he was wearing, and I gave every single stitch of his to a charity shop.
All of his clothes?
Oh, everything. And I got his passport and I chopped it to smithereens. Then I
Sorry,
found out...
say that again. You chopped his passport up?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, well, I was after paying for the passport anyway, so...
But sure, you can just go and get another one.
No, you see, this was his third one. He was losing the other two.
Right, so you ripped his passport. What I'm trying to understand, Lisa, and I asked Sarah the same question, is what did you get out of doing that?
Enjoyment.
Did it make the situation of him cheating on you any better?
Probably not, no, but I enjoyed everything that I done. Like, I found out then he was trying to do his job out of housing, so I rang the boss and told him, so he got sacked. So in a matter of 24 hours, he lost everything.
Sorry, why did he get sacked?
He was trying to con his job.
Oh, right, okay.
So
he got sacked, he lost you, he lost everything within 24 hours.
Yeah. And he was also taken to court for it.
And I'm asking your revenge on him. Okay, so he was cheating, not a nice thing to do. You found out, blah, blah, blah. Your revenge on him, how did that improve the situation? Because I'm sure it didn't.
Well, it didn't improve the situation, but I got enjoyment from what I done. Like, he was after breaking my heart, so why shouldn't I upset him?
Because I'm just wondering, I've always wondered this, rather than just walking away, putting your hand in his face and saying, I never want to see you again, which is a way of getting back at him, you had to do all the other stuff. And you're not alone, by the way, as you can hear. Thousands of women have done or would do the exact same thing. And some of the comments on Facebook, merciful error, they're nearly threatening murder against him. But you believe that a woman is justified in doing that?
Oh, definitely.
But if it were a man, we would be calling them...
no, listen, it works both ways.
But I don't believe it does, you see. I don't believe that...
I don't use violence or anything like that. So the violence part of things, I think that's mental. But I do definitely think that you have to get some type of revenge back on them. You have to. Just for your own satisfaction.
Okay, just stay there for a second. Janika, you have to get some sort of revenge, is what Lisa just said. What do you think of that?
I agree.
Oh, you agree as well?
You just need to be more smarter about it, I guess.
Say that again?
You need to be more smarter about it. You don't want to look like you're the bad one because the person who cheated is the bad one. And if you just lower yourself to his level, then you're only making yourself worse then, I guess.
Yeah, you see, but I'm wondering, and again, I'm asking the same question, what is achieved by smashing up all his stuff?
Well, he smashed her heart, so you may as well smash his Xbox.
And does it make you, as you can probably gather, touch wood and all that, it's never happened to me and I've never felt like inflicting revenge on somebody, but I've always wondered, how does that make you feel better? How does that make the situation any better?
Well, it's a stage of grieving, I guess.
Has it ever happened to you?
No.
No.
And I'm happy it never happened because you don't want to get that trust around and, you'll be set and you'll be able to trust anyone else.
Are you with a fella?
Yeah, I am. 4 years.
God help him if he ever does anything wrong.
No, I know he never would.
I know. Thanks, Janika. Thank you all. By the way, that's a lovely name. Where'd you get that name?
It's actually Tamika.
Oh, Tanika.
Yeah, like Tamika. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Irish, but my mum...
I've heard the name Tanika, yeah. Tanika
Yeah.
Tikaram was a singer back in the day, yeah. Thank you, Tanika. Sorry,
No
I can't
problem.
get the staff who typed up your name as Johnika. But anyway,
Okay.
thanks, Tanika. Thank you very much indeed. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks.